Now, I will tell the story of how my partner and I decided to test our strength in a restaurant and got more than we expected. I love spicy food, but what awaited us made me see the light at heaven's gates. This is the story of wings that blew my mind and my stomach.
I'm not some chili champion, just usually handle very spicy dishes. Always wanted to test myself with ghost pepper or even reaper, and then the chance came.
Near me, there's an independent wings place with brutal challenges. The hardest one? Nil by mouth. They don't write how many Scovilles, but before serving, you sign a waiver. Few make it through without milk or ice cream. I had been there like 6 times and always told myself, one day I'll try it. Today was the day. My friend and I decided to do it together as a mini competition. Who lasts longer?
When I placed the order, the waitress always asked if we were really sure. From her look, it was clear she doubted our choice. We just laughed back, pretending it was nothing. She shrugged, and on her face, you could read that in her mind, she had already buried our taste buds.
First, a regular dinner. South Carolina BBQ and maple habanero wings with Asian slaw. In the menu, maple habanero has very hot, but we ate them calmly. And we're like, they overrate spiciness. We'll handle it.
And then they bring out nil by mouth, together with gloves. The wings are drowned in thick, bright red sauce. Smells like pure burn without flavor. And strangely, my mouth waters. Before starting, they hand us papers. Basically, if it goes bad, it's only our fault. I signed quickly, not even reading carefully. Felt like part of the show. But the moment I signed, the chef himself came out of the kitchen. He stood right in front, arms crossed, smirking as if he already knew we wouldn't last.
Before we began, the waitress warned, if the restroom is busy and it gets really bad, behind the door marked staff only, there's a bucket. My friend was surprised. Is it really that serious? The girl just laughed and added it had happened before.
We pull on the gloves, nearby tables already watching. In my head flashed, what am I doing? But the wings stared at me like Green Goblin's mask. Count, 3, 2, 1, bite.
First impression was unexpectedly unpleasant. Earthy, bitter taste. Like this wasn't sauce, but some concentrate. Almost no flavor, only strange bitterness. But spiciness started soft. We even laughed, saying it was nothing, and ate the wings without hesitation.
And then the real fun begins. At first, the heat rises slightly, then suddenly shoots up. Feels like everything burns at once. Mouth, lips, throat. As if someone built a bonfire on my tongue, then poured gasoline on it.
I try to gasp for air, but every breath only makes it worse. Ears ringing, the world vibrating. I wave hands in front of my face as if it could cool the flames. Honestly, it feels like Satan went on tour and my mouth is the main stage. My partner starts choking, coughing, tearing his chest, hiccups hitting again and again. I lose control of my own body, squirming, tears running down my face. Feels like skin opened every pore trying to push the fire out.
The pain takes on a new dimension, unknown and unbearable. Every cell of the body seems panicked, not knowing how to cope. It feels like pre-shock, but instead of fading, it only grows stronger.
We don't even manage to ask for help. The chef already brings ice cream and says it's on the house. He looks a little awkward, like he's both amused and ashamed of our suffering. I devour 3 ice creams in a row, washing them down with chocolate milk. Slowly, the heat starts to retreat. I glance at my partner. He's completely red, pupils huge, irises barely visible. Usually talkative, he silently admits this was a serious trial.
I ask the chef about the sauce strength. Turns out, 7 million Scoville. 7 million! I knew the Reaper was about 2 million and thought the sauce would be just a bit hotter. I'm naive, I was. After 20 minutes, we gradually recover, pay the bill, and leave. Thought the worst was behind us, but this was only the first part of the trial.
We get home after the restaurant, still a bit shocked. Take off shoes, change clothes, sit on the couch. I try to relax, stretching. Partner throws jokes about how we survived hell. We laugh, remembering burning lips and tongue and how funny the other guests looked watching us suffer.
We turn on the TV, pick Off the Hook to distract. I grab milk and some bread, preparing for any reaction after such a hot sauce. We settle on the couch, get comfortable. I try to breathe slowly, recalling internet tips on how to fight extreme spice, and slowly calm down.
Remember I said I'd never felt such pain? I was wrong. Suddenly, as if someone poured gasoline on coals and lit them, a flamethrower ripped through my whole digestive tract.
I crawl to the bathroom and lie on the floor in fetal position to somehow cool off. Heat barely fading, breathing uneven, heart pounding, head spinning. Inside, everything burns. Feels like the end is near.
My partner panics nearby. The pain becomes unbearable, fingers numb and unresponsive. I beg to turn on the shower so the water could cool me down.
Once the shower is on, vomiting and cold water begin to bring relief. For a moment, I see light in my head, like I glimpse heaven's gates. Realization that the pain might be the last thing I feel overwhelms me.
After several minutes of hellish pain, vomiting, and cold shower finally bring relief. Heart slowly calms, breathing evens out, heat subsides a bit. I feel my body returning to life, while the wings remain in memory as the wildest experience ever.
The body gradually cools, pain retreats, but memory of the wings stays sharp. We sit back on the couch, exchange glances. Silence says more than words. It was a true ordeal. With every sip of milk and bite of bread comes the realization we survived, but those wings left their mark forever. Inside, a mix of relief, respect for Spice's power, and a little laughter at our own recklessness. The story is over, but the memory of 7 million Scovilles will return every time I recall it.